Hello, Nathan.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
Wonderful. It's lovely to chat with you in these speed dating rounds of they're
Yeah.
they're fun. Um, your character Bunny is the ringleader of the show's gaggle of gays. Uh, where does he come from as a creation of the script to your performance?
Uh, well, this came about because Ryan Murphy called and said um, he had read this script by Max Muchnick and David Cohan, who created Will and Grace, and he just thought it was spectacular. And he had never done a multicam before, but if he was going to do one, this was the one he wanted to do. And he told me that they had written this with this character with me in mind. So, and then he mentioned that it was a sort of a gay Golden Girls, and I tried to get my head around that, and then but then it was just a spectacular script, really, really funny and heartfelt, and I thought a great setup for a potential series. And pilots are the hardest to do. It's hard to be really, really funny and set everything up, but I thought they managed to do it, and allowed the audience to invest in these characters emotionally as well as laughing at their what they had to say. Um, so really, it's more their creation than this is a writer's medium.
Yeah.
We actors are just along for the ride. And you're flying by the seat of your pants. It's a constant, it's a whirlwind process, and it constantly evolving and changing and rewriting constantly. So you're never quite on top of it the way you would be, say, in the theater. So even though people compare this to as a hybrid of theater and film, and it's so not. So it's just sort of we're filming something, and then we invite a large group of people to watch us do it, and then they laugh. Um, they laugh at the jokes, and they laugh at the mistakes, and it's yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking and thrilling all at the same time, and you've got to kind of give yourself over to that. Um, if you're a control freak and you want to micromanage everything, you can. You just have to let all of that go and go with the flow. And it's, and it these things it lives or dies on the writing, and so making this journey with Matt and Nathan Lee Graham and Linda Lavin, that has been it's why it's been for me personally the happiest experience I've ever had in television. And, it makes a huge difference when you're working with some of the best people who have ever done this kind of thing. So, I feel very grateful. And yeah, the character is just, it's really their creation. I don't tell anybody, but I think there's a lot of Max Muchnick in Bunny Schneiderman.
Is
Um,
that the right what you know kind of
There's a
theory?
little bit, there's a little bit of his mania and craziness, and a little bit of insecurity and emotions worn on the sleeves. There's I'm not saying he is Bunny Schneiderman, but there are elements of Max in Bunny. I'm
Of
sure
course.
from all the writers, they put together a tremendous writers' room, but
Yes.
there's a lot of I think there's a lot of Max in dear old Bunny.
You have an incredible sparring partner in Linda Lavin here as your mother, and I can only give my condolences to you and to everybody. But what was your experience working with her? Because she is a feisty one.
Oh, she was extraordinary. There was nobody like her. She was remarkable, just a beloved figure in the theater. I know everybody remembers her from the television show Alice, but really, she really made her mark in the theater. That's where I really knew her, and we knew each other to, socially, to say hello, and we would always say to one another, "I hope we get to work together someday." And then
Yeah.
this came along, and we were both so thrilled that we were finally working together and that she was playing my mother. So that's, creates an emotional bond, and she was, she's someone, first of all, I can't believe she was 87. She was the most vital human being on the set. So, and she was, she could do anything. She was so talented. She could sing, she could play the piano, she could do drama, she could do comedy, and she did not seem her age at all. And so it was everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah.
And it was she had reached such a great place in her life. I think she was very happy in her marriage, and she was working consistently at 87. And I know that this was a very happy experience for her. And so I'm so happy that it was, if this was going to be the last thing she did, that I know that how strongly she felt about it and how happy she was doing it, and felt so loved and respected by everybody. Um and yeah, to be able to play scenes with her, it was just such a gift. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's something we still sort of, you know haven't quite, you know, taken in. It's
Of
just
course.
it's when I watched some of the episodes, and when I saw her, it was very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
but
course.
she's brilliant in the show.
That's lovely. Nathan, thank you so much. I'd love to talk more maybe later, but
Okay,
have a wonderful day.
thanks. You
Thank
too.
you.